What's up, Hedgehog Maniacs, Doki Fanatics, X17 here. I am back with more Doki Doki Interview Club, which is a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. The last time I saw it play, I continued on with Yuri's AMA. Things got a little sensitive for her, but she was able to answer them. Still, I wonder how long it's gonna be before there was something really sensitive for her that's gonna be asked by the fans of DDLC. I mean, like I said, I did this years ago, but you get what I'm saying, right? Enough chit chat. Time to dive in. Let's do it to it. Showtime. Again, if I mispronounce your names, I'm sorry. Anyway, this one is from White Skull 20, asking, okay, here's two questions. One, how to write good poems like yours?
I'd be happy to offer poetry advice. There are many ways to write a successful poem, but if you wish to take a photo, more finesse is required. Poetry as an art form needs a greater level of depth. The process to achieve this is fairly nauseating.
Sorry if I said that wrong.
While it's important to write with purpose, you should understand that your poem's meaning is a secondary concern. When a poem is read by others, they form their own interpretations of it. There was nothing incorrect about this. If someone derives unintended meaning from your work, it is valid. Your words brought forth these feelings within them. For that reason, it's quite alright to hide your own meaning as much as you please. This is where simpler poems fall short.
Which is how Natsuki does her poems.
They have but one single meaning, and particularly waved in your face. A wide vocabulary certainly helps. Oftentimes, one powerful word can express an idea more succinctly.
Again, sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
Than 10 simpler ones. Finding ways to convey your own message while leaving for other stars is the challenge of a true poet.
He continues with 2. I'm not trying to judge you, but can you tell me more about your knife collection? How many knives do you have? And which ones do you like the most? And which one's the sharpest? I think knives are cool too. Nose Technician also comes to it. Can you post your knife collection? Not for any real reason. I just think they're neat.
Again, I'm not sure how many I own, and I'd be hard-pressed to choose a favorite. Many of them have ornated handles, blade carvings, or spectacular coloration. I do my best to ensure each edition is as unique as possible, and I keep them all very, very sharp. I'd love to share a picture, but I don't think I can fit them all into a single shot.
You got that many, Yuri? I'm just wondering how many you have altogether. Nose Technician comes back with, hey Yuri, do you have any advice for someone who wants to find a local group like the Literature Club? You and the rest of the club really seem to have been helped by it. So it'd be cool for other people to find something similar.
Advice for starting a club? I think Monica would be better suited to answer this. I'm not sure that starting the function would be your biggest concern. Location is important. For us, we have the school, and the club is sanctioned. To start a local book club, you may need permission from wherever you choose to meet. You can hold it in your home, but others may be apprehensive of joining under such conditions.
That's true.
Ideally, you want to find a library with a separate meeting area. I imagine the rest is just advertising.
Hannah7 asks, do you mind correcting my spelling / grammar? You're adorable. Dude, I said any else I love greater? How about my math? I feel like my math. I feel I can condense this and make it positive. -2i greater than 6u. Okay, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Also, can you do me a favor? You're beautiful, smart, and capable. I don't want you to hurt yourself or say that other girl is more desirable than you. What do you mean by other girl? Are you dissing my favorite donkey, Hannah7?
This grammar hurts to read. I see what you're doing, so I'm sure these mistakes are deliberate. Include this math problem that translates to I less 3u. I'm glad you like me, but you have a particular way of showing it. And I'm sorry, but there are plenty of girls that are more desirable than me.
I has Butter4 asks, I have a few questions. 1. I think it's obvious that you and Natsuki have a disagreement, to put it as neutrally as possible, about if manga is or isn't literature. Manga is literature. So what do you define as literature, and what things like visual novels, movies, plays, and music fit into that definition?
I understand this is something Natsuki feels strongly about, but it is not a matter of personal standards. If we're going strictly to the letter of the definition, literature is defined as any written work, and only with special regard to things of higher merit. Technically, scripts for games, movies, plays, and lyrics all qualify. That doesn't mean the end products are literature, but elements are incorporated within them. But they do meet the standard implied by literary greatness? Often they do not, and manga is no exception.
2. On another Natsuki-related note. We have heard her side, but why do you think you two are the most confrontational to each other?
Natsuki and I conflict because she feels belittled by me. I'll admit, I don't make this any easier for her, but I refuse to dumb myself down just for her sake. I'm not trying to flaunt my knowledge by behaving this way. It's simply how I am, and how I like to be. It's not my fault she's frustrated by her lack of understanding.
Hey, watch what you say, Yuri. Anyway, 3. What is your favorite video game?
Personally, I can see you
Wrapping up under a blanket and then playing an RPG like Persona 5, Final Fantasy, or Dragon Quest. I have played a little bit of Persona 5. And this may sound surprising, but out of all the... Even though there's been plenty of Final Fantasy games, I've only played one out of the whole thing. And I never played Dragon Quest either. Don't at me!
I really don't play many games. I suppose I must declare Smash as my favorite. I must be missing out due to my preference for books, but they offer the experience I enjoy the most. But I guess I can have a look at these with a follow-up.
4. We all know you like tea, but what about coffee or hot chocolate? My favorite out of hot drinks. Hey, the Koi comes in with, have you ever tried coffee? What? Yeah, what? Have you ever tried coffee? 2, do you prefer tea or a good book?
I'm not fond of coffee. I have no need of it, as tea fits that role for me perfectly. It also tends to be bitter, which I don't much care for. Hot chocolate is good on occasion, but I can't drink it regularly. And I wouldn't put tea and books as opposing choices. I prefer to have both at once.
Done with the questions. Please keep an eye on each other and yourself. Stay safe. Instant hellage crossed out. Comes to it. Won't stop calling me Q on Discord, regardless of Natsuki's advice. Violent or otherwise, help.
If I could only be seen as cute or sexy.
Oh, sorry. I read it wrong. That's what I get for jumping the gun. Is that if you had to choose between being cute as sexy or being as sexy with no in between, what would you choose?
If I could only be seen as cute or sexy, I think I prefer to be formal. The latter has some implications.
Done with the questions. Please keep an eye on each other and yourself. Stay safe. And stay hella children. Won't stop calling me cute. On Discord, regardless of Natsuki's advice. Violent or otherwise. Help.
It sounds like this instant hellish person likes to tease you. If you want this behavior to cease, perhaps you should try to stop rewarding it. Deny them the reaction they seek.
Sometimes it's easier said than done, Yuri. Unfortunately, I've been down that road.
They should grow bored of it eventually.
Frantic Form asks, Greetings, Puppet Yuri. How do you feel about not knowing about the true meaning of your reality, and the fact you are actually a flesh-devouring monster that is secretly holding Monica back from participating in the game at large? If you don't understand, just have Monica watch the videos below. There's YouTube videos on it. And there's even a playlist. I need to see that for myself as well. I don't think I saw these videos when I got done with it the first time. Also, ask Natsuki how she's doing with her sugar for me. Thanks. When there are 3 walls and no more, shall we rest? Order of the Broken Wall Maxim.
Puppet? I'm not sure I understand what you're asking at all. A flesh-devouring monster? What do you mean? How am I holding Monica back from anything? These videos, what are...
Okay. I think Monica did that just to save Yuri the stress. Anyway. Douche person asks, Sup, girl? What cup size you rocking? Uh-oh. That is sensitive.
Double D?
Slivwit 916 asks, Can Chuchi, ma'am?
No, thank you.
A more serious question. How do you feel about YouTube Rewind 2018?
Is it too early to ask? Don't you mean 2017?
Yeah, this was actually made in 2017. But there was a lot of changes there was changes to this mod since then. And you saw one of the changes when I did Monica's AMA. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's 2023. But like I said, I don't know. I think I'm making it more complicated than it needs to be.
Is it too early to ask? Don't you mean 2017? They are made at the end of the year, aren't they? It won't be out for at least a month.
Dugo7 has several questions. Where can I get a copy of the Portrait of Markov? Assume it is a real book that I could get in America.
You may have trouble finding Markov in America. You might have to order online. It's normally in Russian, but I'm sure you can locate an English translation. It may be costly to get, but I assure you, it's worth every cent.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is April 21st, the same as Britain's Tea Day. That seems quite the funny coincidence. There's also International Tea Day. December 15th. Might have been more fitting for me than to be born then.
When did you join the literature club?
I joined the club shortly after our return to school this year. Monica found it right after summer break. It's hard to believe it's only been a couple months. It feels as though it could have been much longer.
How long have you known Natsuki, Monica, and Sayuri?
I met the others for the first time in the club. Thus, 2 months is all I've known them for as well. That also feels too short somehow.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, instruments of torture don't count either.
Do you watch or have you watched SpongeBob?
I think I just told you. I don't watch it anymore, but I used to.
What is your favorite book other than the Portrait of Markov? Sorry for posting so many questions, but I wanted to know all of them.
I shared about my favorite book already, but there's no need to apologize. You were only curious, and I was happy to answer.
Snap Games asks, 1. Are you a fan of books like George Orwell's 1984? I love that book. It's a classic.
I'm sorry. Books like that are based a bit too much in reality. Are based a bit too much in reality for my liking. But I do appreciate its status as a classic novel, even if I've heard of a Big Brother and such. I just look for something more whimsical in my reading.
2. There's a genre of video games called interactive fiction, or IF, which there was little to no graphics or animation, and there was a lot of reading. To an extent, visual novels can be included in this genre, but they are largely considered separate. Choices are made by either typing in commands manually or picking from a list. With all that exposure out of the way, do you think IF would be your cup of tea? See what I did there?
Yes, I see what you did there. You mean like text adventures, right? I say those are more in line with my interests, but they don't feel anything like books. I prefer to just turn the page and continue, not figure out how I'm meant to do so. Especially with the failures of logic those games are known for.
From Yuri with Love has, Hey Yuri, I just want to read your thoughts on this poem I like. We squander health in search of wealth. We scheme and toil and save. Then squander wealth in search of health. And we all get is a grave. We live in boasts of what we own. We die and only get a stone.
It's quaint. It sounds like something Natsuki would write. And not to say that's a bad thing exactly. Just that it's quite clear in its message. Though it is a good one.
Vex Video Productions asks, is there a difference between knives and daggers? And do you have some daggers in your collection? Also, how do you feel about swords?
Yes, there was a distinction. Knives have a single edge designed for cutting, whereas daggers are always pointed and double-edged. Much like how katanas have only one edge while swords often have two. That said, I don't have many daggers in my collection. They're not out of place, but I only buy exceptional ones. Swords are definitely interesting, but hard to store and display. The size makes them impractical.
Arkuchia09 asks, why are you so shy?
It's not as though I choose to be. I just get nervous around others and worry I'll offend them. I'm sorry.
RJTMX asks, is there a kind of tea that you absolutely refuse to drink?
I never counted any tea I outright refuse, but I do prefer less bitter types. That's why I like the diversity in green and oolong. They can be quite sweet with the right preparation.
Some random name 5 asks, hey Yuri, have you heard of the restaurant in space? It has great food but no atmosphere.
That isn't true of the restaurant at the end of the universe.
Asrats asks, okay, so I've been waiting for this for a really long time. I have a crack ton of questions for you since I'm obsessively in love with your beauty and that's binoculars. And I'm in love with you. Anyway, 1. Do you have a taste in relaxation tea?
Massive? I think I could use some relaxation tea.
2. How does it feel to be assumed as a genius when in truth you're not really?
Do others really think that? I know it isn't true. I'm a little proud of my intelligence, but I hope I don't come across as a know-it-all.
Unfortunately, some people do consider you a know-it-all. Anyway, 3. Do you have a sister?
I have no siblings. I'm an only child. Perhaps I'd be more socially graceful if I wasn't. Spending my youth alone may have been a hindrance to me.
Aside from knives, do you also have a taste in daggers?
As before, I keep very few daggers.
5. Do you prefer going out with someone specific, or would you rather stay somewhere secluded?
If I met someone specific I liked, I may want to go out, but I'm fine with seclusion as well. A quiet evening to myself has a certain charm to it. But going out with someone, I'd surely bore them to death.
Any good novels you suggest?
I recommend several books series earlier. If you want more, you have to pick a specific type.
Horror, suspense, or thriller? Interesting here.
Of those 3 genres, I'll take horror first and suspense second. Though honestly, thriller can incorporate elements of both. I just feel as though that genre implies something about itself. Since I look for subtlety in my reading, cheaper experiences have less appeal.
How are you so good at writing poems?
I practice writing a lot. I try to develop my own style. I hope it shows. It took me a long time to get there. You can only learn so much from theory. You have to try it for yourself. Try yourself to improve. And of course, proofread and revise. You can't learn from your mistakes if you repeat them.
True. Why do you look so darn adorable when you do your shy pose?
I don't know what you mean by pose.
I think he's talking about that pose, Yuri. Assuming that this is used as a he. But anyway, that's the post that this user is talking about.
Do I have some nervous habits, though?
More than you think. But anyway, how do you make tea taste so darn good?
I'm just very careful with the steeping process. You mustn't rush it or let it sit too long. Timing is of utmost importance for tea. Duration and heat affect everything about the flavor.
What's it like be taller than the rest of the girls?
It's nothing special. I'm still short by main standards. Though I was a bit surprised that I'm taller than Tiff.
Interesting. Anyway. Do you have any hobbies or future goals that would probably be similar to mine?
I'd like to say that we share some interests, but I have no clue what yours might be. You're finding out plenty of me, so perhaps this AMA is helping? I guess. Let me know if anything overlaps.
What's it feel to be called the Purple Mysterious Lady?
I feel this title is an accurate description, but I don't consider myself of lady status. It's also kind of awkward. It doesn't flow well at all.
If you meet Johan, your male counterpart at True Level in the future, someday, what would you say to him?
I'm not sure what you mean about a true lover. I don't put much stock in predestined romance. I'm not sure of what to say. What I'll say, that would depend on what kind of man this Johan is. I just don't understand why you're asking this. It's so strange.
Can I ask you on a date some other time after this is all over?
I'm sorry. I really don't know. How would we even meet? I'm glad you like me, but
Mr. Mango Milk asks. That's a tongue twister. Anyway. Morning! Nothing else. Just want to wish you well. Smile emoji.
Time is relative, but thank you. At whatever moment this finds you.
Nad Zane Chan NZC asks, what is your favorite consumables?
Consumables? You mean my favorite foods? I don't have very fancy tastes. I eat rice several times a day, like most people here. I'm also partial to different kinds of fish. There's tea, of course. And cakes or snacks that go well with it. I'm not terribly picky. Most things are okay by me.
Why is your hair purple? Is it soft? It smells good?
I said before that my hair is naturally purple. It is soft, but why do you want to know how it smells?
Some people are weird like that, Yuri. Do you have secrets? No need to tell those secrets.
I get the feeling my secrets are better known than they should be.
You have no idea how right you are about that, Yuri.
How they got out, I'm not sure. I'll keep them to myself unless they come up specifically.
By the way, I love you. You're my favorite. Anyway. Jack White 40 asks, hi Yuri. I want to say that I think you're a very strong-willed person. I admire you a lot. As someone who's always had problems with self-esteem and socializing with other people as well, I can say there's been a lot of times where I feel pressured about not fitting in and trying to be a certain way to fit in, but it just never results in me feeling any better about myself. But you're true to what makes you who you are, and I find that very admirable. You're very attractive too. Tanga emoji.
Oh, thank you for all the kind words. That's really very sweet of you. I don't know how much of it is me being true to myself. I've always just did my own thing. It wasn't too much a decision. Still, thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Actual questions now. Since you prefer to read works of horror, have you ever read any of H.P. Lovecraft's work? If so, what do you think of them? Even having not read them personally, I find the lore surrounding them fascinating. Wolf God Apocalypse comes in with, what do you think of the Cthulhu mythos?
Oh, I love it! It's exactly my kind of horror. It goes beyond fear of the unknown and into fear of that which is incomprehensible. I'm no small fan of Lovecraft. I have mentioned him sooner, but horror recommendations haven't come up.
Interesting. How do you manage to always make your hair look so good? I feel like that much hair would just be a pain to manage sometimes.
There's actually quite a bit of maintenance involved. I have hair ties that I use at night to keep it from getting too tangled. But I still have to brush it for about half an hour in the morning. I like it though. It's like my personal violet valve.
I hope this one isn't going to be too invasive, too invasive line. But what would your idea of a perfect partner/date be?
I have spoken about both of those already. I suppose it's worth mentioning I don't know much in this area. I have no experience dating, so I can't really say for sure.
Now Zane-chan and C comes back with, can you say please? In a cute voice.
Why would I do that? I guess... Please?
Same person comes back in with, have you ever tried reading a comedy horror novel or a romance horror novel?
I'm not sure I know of any of either kind. The horror I like doesn't mesh so well with those other genres. I'd be willing to try though.
Your average comrade asks, hey Yuri, do you like JonTron? Cross out, if you do, I'll take your entire stock.
I never paid any attention to his content, so I don't know. I suppose I could look at some videos and get back to you.
Emerald TK asks, if you could learn one language, and only one language, what would it be?
If I could only have one language, I have to stick with Japanese. It'd be no use living here and being unable to communicate. Though I do adore English, I would be sad to part with it.
Dale L24 asks, if you could have one superpower / unique ability, what would it be?
A superpower? I turn invisible. That'd be perfect. It would be so nice to be able to disappear whenever I please. there were so many situations that could spare me from. I might actually prefer it over being visible.
Anyway. My Zero Right Toad asks, What's your least favorite book?
Oh, I have to go with the worst thing I've ever read, which would be Twilight.
Really?
What I hoped was an interesting romance with fantasy and horror subplots turned out to be dull, ham-fisted wish fulfillment. No thank you.
Oh, some people are not going to take that too kindly, Yuri. 2. What were your initial thoughts on the news that a boy was going to join your club?
I had no idea a boy would be joining our ranks in the club. When Sayori mentioned she was bringing in a new member, she didn't specifically specify anything about them. For it to be her friend we heard so much about was a pleasant surprise. I was disappointed to hear that he wasn't much of a reader, but at least he tried to be respected. I feel like he belongs more already.
3. What are your opinions on the names the DDLC Reddit has given you? Lovely Lavender Lass, Purple Princess, etc. Lord of Ligan comes in with, what are your opinions on the nicknames that people have come up with for you? Lavender Lass, Violet Vixen, being a couple of examples. Does it come off as weird or endearing in any sense?
These nicknames are so cute. I especially love like Lavender Lass. I'll have to see what else is there. If they're all as sweet as this, I say it's quite endearing.
Are there any nicknames you come up with yourself that you can call others or even want a future partner to call you? P.S. I may have a slight bias towards the name Lavender Lass. Haven't been the one to coin that name.
Oh, did you come up with that one yourself? Well, thank you. It is very nice indeed. I never given myself any nicknames, or thought of what a partner might call me. It's not the sort of thing that ever crossed my mind. Being alone so very often.
Which hair color would you least want to have?
I think I have to agree with Natsuki's answer. Violet green is a truly rich color.
I can just imagine Bijou Mike finding out about this one. Anyway. See Raprius Renderness asks, Hey Yuri, I know I'm late to the party, and sorry if it's already been asked, but is purple your natural hair color?
Yes, it's been asked and answered.
What do you think about classic Western horror authors like Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft, or Mary Shelley?
I wouldn't classify Mary Shelley as a horror author. Her writing is more gothic in nature. But I spoke about Lovecraft before, and I'm a fan of Poe as well. His poetry has inspired my own considerably.
Anyways, I hope you are having a lovely day. It's probably chilly outside this time of year, so I imagine you make tea and sit down to read a good book. Happy holidays!
Happy holidays? Do you mean Halloween? It's already passed for us. I'm supposed to cultural festivals today, but that phrase usually refers to HM. The weather hasn't turned yet either, so I guess your climate must be different.
True. I'm not saying that name. But that user asks, not really a question, just want to say hi. Hi.
Oh, hello.
Johnny H2000 comes in with, remember to brush your teethies for 2 minutes twice a day.
Thank you for the reminder.
Matt329 asks, hello there, Yuri. It's a pleasure to finally have you do an AMA. You're looking quite lovely today. Would you care to have some tea and perhaps read some books together sometime? And we can read whichever book you like?
Well, thank you for the pleasantries. Reading together does sound nice, but I don't know how it could ever really happen.
CDM0451 asks, what's better, bliss through ignorance or suffer through clarity?
Oh, I think it's better to suffer through clarity. It may be easier to be unaware and let life breeze past you. But this is not how progress is made. You can't ignore the world around you just because it's inconvenient. And while clarity may bring suffering, it can also bring hope for a better tomorrow. Ignorance is of no value to anyone.
I think I'm gonna stop here, Hedgehog Maniacs. Man, that was something, wasn't it? Yuri, I don't even know what to say right now. Yuri has some fans. Like I said, I don't know what else to say. I will be continuing this the next time I do it. But for now, Sadia Accepting signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button and let me know in the comments below your thoughts and opinions. If you want to see more of my content, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single video, or you can check out another video as you see on the screen. See ya! Seriously, Monica?